Hey, Emerald and Sea. If you missed it, last stream, we did a bunch of Soul of Night farming in order to get some Flesh Knuckles. We got wings and did a bunch of early hard mode preparation, and then we killed the twins. Which leaves, in this stream, Skeletron Prime and the Destroyer. I do want to do a little bit of Soul of Night farming before I fight Skeletron Prime, because, last stream, no, I stopped doing dancepad streams because I broke my toe. I sold the Berserker's Glove on accident. So I want to get another one. Because I was just going through stuff on autopilot. Hey, Reese. That's alright, Master Rico. And we have a pretty efficient Soul of Night farm down in the Shimmer, so it shouldn't take too long to get. Like I said, Skeletron Prime's gonna be the next one we fight, and I intend to use the Rainbow Rod. I should go activate that bewitching table. We're not on the Destroyer yet. Destroyer's gonna be the last one we fight. Let's see. Activate you. Summon spiders. Playing mage again. Look, do you know how many pre-mech home, or you know how many pre-Plantera homing weapons there are? There really aren't very many. And if I want something that can actually home into Skeletron, I don't have good options aside from the Rainbow Rod. Speaking of which, though, I should actually increase my maximum mana. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 120. We need 4 more stars. We only have enough for 3. That's fine. We don't need maximum mana. Particularly a mage in the closet? Oh dear God, no! Please don't imply something like that. I would never. I would never. Look, I'm on the mage dating sites to know where the mages are so I can avoid them. Your school had a day where parents come in and teachers say how good the student is. Your teachers... All the teachers you went to said that you're amazing. Okay. Battle potion? I don't actually have that much death read. I think I just go straight forward like this. I mean... We'll be fine either way. We got plenty of banners, and spawn rates are fine. Okay, here's hoping we don't get a third pirate invasion. Or a solar eclipse, that would be kind of annoying. I'm gay, we accept you, child. I'm also a mage, get out of our house. More or less, yeah. Hey, Gilbates. My favorite boss. I mean, all in all, I don't think Terraria is a game that has, like, particularly incredible boss design to the point that there's, like, one boss that I'm like, oh yeah, I absolutely love this boss. This is, like, incredible, super amazing experience. For the most part, it's just kind of like, yeah, they're fine. And I guess Empress of Light, because she's, like, by far the best designed Terraria boss. But it's not like there's very much competition there. Hold on, Mimic. No, 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 no. Okay. My least favorite boss of Deoclops. Follow Requiem Slime. But mages have such a bad reputation. And summoners, you can understand, letting animals do all the work. I made a whole video on why Deerclops sucks. That is the best place to go to get my exact thoughts on Deerclops. The short answer is Deerclops. The long answer is Deerclops. Deerclops only good if you want 100% the achievements. Dislike Mage because you're not a fan of Terraria's mana system. I dislike Mage because it's, you have to do a lot for not very much payoff. Like... Stop it, please. The reward for playing Mage is really not great. And you have to go deal with a lot of annoying things in order to play Mage. You have to deal with mana sickness, very annoying projectiles throughout a lot of the game. Okay, we have the Star Cloak as an option, or Star Veil. An option now. That's a pretty good mimic from, all things considered. You just like Mage because it's ranged but worse and unusable most of the time. I mean, there is a chunk of the game where, like, I think in the mid-hard mode part of the game, performance-wise, I think Mage probably does do better than Ranger, because at that point in the game, Ranger's weapons are kind of mediocre. They're consistent and function well. But I think in terms of, you know, raw potential, along with Mage having a lot of damage buffs and Spectre armor being incredible, while Shroomite armor is fairly underwhelming, Mage certainly does have pretty decent performance there. But in pre-hard mode, Mage is a dumpster fire. And in late hard mode Moonlord area, I think Mage's pillar weapons are the worst of any class. Let's try Ranger and Melee, try Mage and summon if you can, you make a tier list for them. I mean, the difficulty you're playing on will also influence things, I mean... Classes like Mage and Summoner, which are a lot squishier inherently, are a lot less punishing to play on Expert or even Master mode compared to, like, Legendary mode. The title, though? Well, what about it? Deerclops the last Terraria boss you did because you're having problems with getting the summon. Just like the Flanks Fur. Deerclops does have a guaranteed spawn if you haven't killed him before, if you're... them before. Her before. Deerclops' gender is weird. People call Deerclops female, but I don't actually know where that comes from, because I don't think Deerclops is referred to as female in Don't Starve. Nor have I been able to find anywhere that devs refer to Deerclops as female. And it always felt to me like some person's just like headcanon. But Deerclops, if you're in the snow biome at midnight during a blizzard, Deerclops is a guaranteed spawn. If Deerclops hasn't been killed before, you have a certain amount of defense and HP, and you are not near an NPC. If Deerclops has been killed, I think it's like a 1 in 3 chance. Legendary mode playthrough, you fought him after Eater. Very hard. Mage focuses on resource management. Yeah, but, like, no other class really has to deal with that resource management, since Ranger can just buy 9999 ammo. And you don't really get much for doing that resource management. It's just, you get to manage resources, you don't get anything for it, you just get to do it. And none of the other classes have to do it. You get to manage resources, you didn't want to manage resources? Too bad. This is a good place to farm mimics. Balancing ease of starting with everything else. Bone sword. That's too many of those. A lot more complex for sometimes slightly higher than average DPS. Yeah, and a lot of the times not higher than average, or even below average. Like, I think Mage late pre-hard mode is by far the worst of the 4 classes. Unless you're doing, like, a by-the-books, like, summoner with, like, all imps or something, and not running a particularly good summoner build. In which case, summoner also can kind of suck late pre-hard mode. But, like, a good summoner build will do better than Mage, and Ranger with Ranger's plethora of incredible late pre-hard mode weapons, and Melee with the Knight's Edge easily, beats out Mage there. Hey, how much of a mob from the Shimmer Pool is? Every playthrough you die countless times to invisible Shimmer enemies. Yeah, that's where we had to close this off here, because I did not want to deal with that. Yeah, there's really... If you want to use the Shimmer, there's usually... Without it, Melee is a terrible class in pre-hard mode? No, it's not. It is not a terrible class in pre-hard mode. Without the Knight, like, without all the reworks in 1.4.4, yeah, Melee kind of sucked. Try using a spear against the Wall of Flesh. Pre-hard mode is more than the Wall of Flesh. You have the Blade of Brass, Volcano, all of the other Melee reworks. You have the Trimarang, the Molten Boomerang, the High Five. Melee has a lot of pretty damn good options. And the Dark Lance is functional. It's not great. I wouldn't use it on like Legendary mode, but I think it's passable for the lower difficulties. And yeah, without the Knight's Edge, Melee has a much harder time on the Wall of Flesh, but like I said, Melee is a lot more than just the Wall of Flesh. Did the Flame Ring get a rework? I don't think so, but I mean, it's like it works fine for the Skeletron. Shimmer Pool's spawns feel concentrated because of that biome generates. Yeah, it's basically just a flat line with no valid spawning platforms. It's literally a pre-made mob grinder, because that's what you want to do when you're grinding mobs, is just have a pre-made spawning platform on either side with no other valid spawn locations, and then they just funnel into one location. Yeah, we're getting some more souls to get some more flesh knuckles, and it just does that natively. Hate when you die makes Planetary Arena. Like, well, make it arena for giant plant. What I like to do when making a Planetary Arena is move 3 NPCs nearby, which will almost completely eliminate enemy spawns, because it's a town. And that gives you quite a bit of peace and quiet when building the arena. Now, you might, not be able to build the entire arena, within the range of the town, but... Imagine like a medium core above the Shimmer. Yeah, decrafting all your stuff would be a bit annoying. In winning world, you have huge problems finding the Shimmer, or to find out tours after searching reveals the entrance merged with glowing moss biome, making it hard to see. Oh yeah, that kind of happened here. And towns made spawn rates down? Oh yeah. If you're on Classic, towns completely eliminate spawns if you have 3 NPCs. If you're on Expert or above, they drastically reduce spawns with occasional enemies showing up. Doesn't matter the biome, with a couple of exceptions. Like, during blood moons and eclipses, they'll be normal. And I think there might be a biome that doesn't care about town spawn rates. I'm not positive, though. Yeah, 3 NPCs will basically stop enemies from spawning regardless of where you are in the world. They also have other nice effects, potentially. Or not nice effects. NPCs being nearby, along with being in front of background walls, can stop certain enemies from spawning. Wyverns, for instance, cannot spawn within a certain distance of NPCs, or if you're in front of background walls. Enchanted swords, crimson axes, chaos elementals, I think rune wizards and Tim, but I'm not positive on that one. Souls. Stuff. I don't get lava back in my bucket. Minecraft best rivalry the lecture at the end. Minecraft says play Terraria 2 and Terraria says play Minecraft 2. I wouldn't even really consider them rivals at this point. I mean, they're more just like peers, colleagues. I don't really. The games are so dissimilar from each other that I don't think there's a lot of like rivalry. At least not anymore. I think there was more like a decade ago, but as of now in like 2023. My favorite potion in Terraria? Recall potion? Recall potion's probably my most used potion in the game outside of like healing potions. Terraria and Minecraft are fallen class server. It would bring so much potential to Minecraft users playing Terraria and Terraria users playing Minecraft. I think there are very, very few people who have played Terraria who have not played Minecraft. Seeing as Minecraft is like the most popular game of all time. And Terraria is also like one of the most popular games of all time. I think it's like it's definitely top 20 best-selling game of all time. I think it's like number 13 or something. They're both like incredibly popular games, and I think most people probably know the other one. The last update being the Journey's End. Oh, slightly annoyed. There's literally another Terraria update happening right now, 1.4.5. Like, I imagine it probably got pushed back to next year, but as we speak, they're working on another Terraria update. They're probably at work right now. It's 1:51 p.m. Well, I think Terraria's on the west coast. Relogic is. So it's like, what, 3 hours behind? It's like 8, or like 10, 10 in the morning. They probably got to work and started thinking about 1.4.5. Push into turn, so the challenge to get them in high amounts. You know, Terraria having final updates is, been 4 relatively large updates since 1.4. Just like each one of the point updates. Man, I remember when 1.4.1 came out. I had spent like, it's a marketing strat. I don't even know if it is a marketing strat. So much as it is them just, like, I'm sure it helps them out marketing wise, because it's like, oh yeah, it's the last one. But I'm not even sure it's like a conscious decision to, like, I'm sure, at least with quite a few of these updates, they fully had the intention to not update the game more. They just decided they wanted to update the game more. Most wild, the most popular game of all time, very likely hasn't even come out yet. I mean, if you're future-proofing things, then yeah, but I guess of all time up to now, they shouldn't be calling any updates final. I think it's harmless enough, and at this point, it's kind of a meme. Half-Life got updated 25 years later. That's right. Chests. After naming an update Journey's End and then making new updates, that's going to confuse people. Sucks to suck. I do understand the frustrations of being like, oh yeah, it's not really the final update, but you kind of just have to look at it from the perspective of, wasn't the original final update sometime in 1.3? No, the original final update was 1.1. And then it was 1.2. And then it was 1.3. And then it was 1.4. And then it was 1.4.4. And now it's 1.4.5. They've literally been doing this for a decade. It's not. I definitely understand it could be annoying for, like, modders thinking, like, okay, we don't have to worry about continuing to, you know, update the game with compatibility and whatnot. Hey, when announced 1.2 was going to be the final, I just stopped working on it for a few years. And they might not have announced all of them as the final update, but a good number of them at least. No, I mean, there will be a point in time where Terraria has its final update. And honestly, it might, like, might not be a choice that, comes voluntarily. It might just be, like, something happens at Relogic, or, like, you know, some of the head devs get an illness or are in an accident or something. Like, there will come a point where Terraria stops getting content updates, but I don't think there's anything resembling a lack of interest in continuing to develop Terraria at Relogic. Centuries from now, when the last of Red's descendants pass away. Glad they do this rather than tracing Terraria 2 like I said they were gonna. I mean, honestly, at this point, like, making another Terraria game, or just another game, is a good idea, because Terraria's code sucks. They are, like, extremely limited in what they can do in Terraria. They can't add more paints to the game because of the memory system they used to designate the number of paints that could be added. They literally can't add more paint. That's why there are illuminant coatings and shadow coatings. Because the game physically cannot handle having more paints. I don't think they can add more liquids either. Like, there's just a bunch of really, really weird things because Terraria's code is basically just patchwork been added to for a decade by people who, I'll be honest, are not exactly highly competent at making, like, streamlined professional code. We made progress on the modding scene with custom liquids. I actually remember one of these guys uploads his full in-depth guide to Hoiks. Red's dev set should give you a spaghetti food item. They used a bit, wouldn't there be room for at least 4 more liquids? I don't remember why it is exactly. I just remember that there are things like that, and I think liquids are one of the issues. Yeah, like, would a Terraria sequel be as popular as the original? No, I think that's honestly probably guaranteed. But I do think it would allow them to branch out into new creative things rather than being limited by the bounds of what original Terraria has. It can be done, but it's not worth the effort. Oh, I have a sharpening station I can eat. An overhaul update would be awesome, but you can't justify... Overhauling Terraria would be just like making a new game. Like, from my understanding, trying to rework Terraria's code, at that point you might just be coding, like, the whole game again. Especially because things just break when you modify Terraria's code, from my understanding. Like, you try to fix something or rework something, and something else just breaks, or, like, things just break. At least one popular Terraria YouTuber will get a custom weapon next update. Could be me, no one but Red knows. I think I can pretty reasonably say if it's a popular YouTuber, not me. How many people go Calamity 2 win? Oh no, it's like the Simpsons joke. Like which popular whatever, and if you answered this, you're wrong. They were never popular. Family 2 isn't Phonum. I mean, it's not by the same people, right? You have the trade devs for your whole heart, you buy anything they put out. I mean, I do to an extent also potentially get the impression after Calamity a good few of the devs are gonna be moving on to making a game anyways. Yeah, Calamity like came into existence in the first place because there was just like somebody on the Terraria team. I don't even think it was a dev. I think it was like a Terraria artist. Just kind of like wasn't happy with Terraria, so they just like made a mod. And that's like how Calamity mod came into existence. It was just like an unhappy person who was working on Terraria going, I can do that better, and then made like Calamity. Oh no, that was Starbound. That was Starbound that did that, not Calamity. Getting things mixed up. I was thinking about Starbound. Making Terraria sequel would be really how Terraria already has everything it needs and would be really challenging to expand on. Seen the original Calamity sprite store, Bay? No, I haven't. Yeah, I was just getting mixed up with Starbound. Yeah. I was thinking about it because I've been, I was reading something about Starbound the other day, and for some reason I just mixed up Starbound and Calamity. Both being Terraria adjacent things. I mean, I do also get, there's probably, I mean, the thing is, I would hope if Terraria 2 were to come out, it wouldn't be just Terraria with more content. Because there's a lot that you could do in this type of 2D sandbox game. It doesn't need to be restricted by what's in base game Terraria. And I would hope that, like, I feel like the things that they could do in Terraria, they've probably already done in Terraria. But there are plenty of things they can't do just because of how Terraria is coded or works. That if they were to make a sequel, they could do. This project, Fab, you and some others were work on called MV, and as much as the Calamity is going to be nice not working on something within the restrictions of a Terraria mod. Yeah. There's also potentially the aspect of it, and this isn't a bad thing, it's just, you know, a distinct possibility that, like, you know, Terraria does work, and they want to keep working on it, so, you know, it earns developers paychecks, it keeps them, you know, relevant. Branching off into something else is a risk. It's, you know, safe to do this. I could also understand that being an angle of why, you know, Terraria 2 hasn't been made. Calamity spreads the type of weak cause, like a mess that is both terrible and slightly cool at the same time. Terraria 2 could have 3D bosses, like that one mod has a 3D boss, which would want for all popular games to have a sequel, which is a lot easier to just work on the previous one. I mean, I think the desire for a sequel is basically just, I really liked this game, I want more of it. And adding more is there another game? Because honestly, I can't think of any other game that has had the amount of content added to it that Terraria has. I can't think of any, because, like, if you compare 1.0 Terraria, which had, what, 3 bosses? To the amount of content that's in Terraria now, I can't think of any other games that have that level of content addition over time. It's kind of obscene when you think about how much stuff. There was Minecraft alpha version to what there is now. Minecraft is nowhere near as, like, expansive of a game content-wise as Terraria is. Like, release Terraria had 3 bosses. It had, and keep in mind, this is release Terraria. This isn't like an alpha version. This isn't a beta. This isn't an early access. This is the game that they, like, released and sold as, like, a finished product, right? How many ores did it have? It had, what? Copper, iron, silver, gold, copper, iron, silver, gold, a demonite, hellstone, what is that, 6? And as of now in the game, there's 5 more pre-hard mode alternate ores, brings up to 11. The 6 hard mode ores, which are all mechanically unique, well, 3 of them are mechanically unique, and the other ones are just stat buffs. That brings up to 17, and then chlorophyte, that's what, 18? 3 times as much? In terms of biomes, the snow biome didn't exist on release. The underground desert, underground snow biome, beehives, all the mini biomes, along with beehives like granite and whatnot. The biomes that did exist have gotten a lot more content added to them. And even, oh yeah, there's a flesh knuckle down there. Even the stuff that has existed since 1.0, pretty much all of it has been reworked considerably. The weapons have been changed around to be more fun. The bosses have all been changed by virtue of expert mode in ways that really revamp them. Like, release classic Eater of Worlds, Skeletron, and the Eye of Cthulhu compared to 2023 1.4.4, the Eater, the Eye of Cthulhu, and Skeletron. Hell, Ink Slime got the ability to teleport. He wasn't even in release, he was early in 1.0, but, like, early King Slime couldn't teleport. He was literally just a giant slime. People's expectations of mods have gotten way too high. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird, like supremacy thing that, a lot of people who play, and it's not just modded Terraria, but a lot of people who play mods or certain games have, where it's like, oh yeah, I only play Calamity mod because, like, base game Terraria sucks, or, like, I only play Fargo's Souls Masochist mode, and Get Fixed Boy, because really, like, base game Terraria just isn't challenging, and it's so boring, and there's so little there, and it's just, it's such a weird, weird thing. Heroes can support 32,000 projectiles, 6.77 million blocks, 32,000 enemies, 2.7 billion entities, so almost stuff. That's just not realistic for an unpaid team. There are people who don't think that Calamity mod has a team. There are people who think it's literally just FabSol that works on it. Which is so funny to me. Like, have you seen how much stuff there is in Calamity mod? And 30 people work on it? I don't know exactly how much. C would know. C is a Calamity dev. You'll see a mod do something very hyper-specific around and be like, Calamity needs to do this. Who's FabSol? FabSol is like the head Calamity dev. The one who's, like, associated with the project by name. Thorium dev is just one person. Yeah, but Thorium is a much smaller content mod than Calamity is. Impressive how DM Dokuro made an entire mod like that. I was really annoyed with, and it wasn't supposed to happen, it was just, like, the publisher that owns DM Dokuro's music or whatever being really annoying, but, like, every time that I played Calamity during the multiplayer streams, like, every one of the streams would just get flagged, for copyright, because of the Calamity mod soundtrack and, like, the publisher that owns, DM Dokuro's music or whatever. It was such a headache getting those unflagged. Like, even with, like, emails talking to DM Dokuro and them being like, yeah, it's fine, Materia Collective is ass, yeah. It always happens in communities like the modding one. But yeah, the weird superiority thing has always been, like, the most off-putting part. I've been talking about this with another friend a little while ago, but, she had, Calamity dev, friend of yours, and Untailed Speedrunner, Shay, has straight up replaced some songs in Deltarune because of it. Should be copyright free so those claims are illegal. I mean, like, oh, there's a gold squirrel there. Oh, I don't have a merchant, so. I don't know a bug net. I don't even think the merchant's alive, I'll be honest. I think he died and didn't respawn. Now you might be wondering, couldn't you just get a bug net? To which I say, hey, look over there. Okay, we got all the flesh knuckles we need. I mean, I think it's easy to say to just make the music copyright free, but I can also understand, you know, an artist being frustrated. Because if you make copyright free music, you're going to have people just stealing and using your music without crediting you, and I can definitely understand the frustration about that. The problem is, I think once they give the rights to the publisher or whatever contract they have, it's not really in their hands anymore. That team doesn't care about Calamity anymore. I mean, I don't know if they care about Calamity anymore, but their music is used in the mod, and like, regardless, playing the mod still gets it flagged for copyright. Yeah, no, DM Dorkro was treated pretty horribly by the Calamity community. But, like, that's still the, like, it's still their work and the publisher that they have that published their music, so it's a legitimate problem regarding them. It's not like they're associated with Calamity Mod or it's Calamity Mod's fault. It's just... I have no idea what that's supposed to mean in VL40. Blood Moon, huh? That one, huh? I'd like Mr. Clown gone. The sound of the chattering teeth bomb. It's okay, we're safe. As long as the damn demolitionist doesn't open that door. Let's kill that chattering teeth bomb. Chattering teeth bombs still throwing you after your Mastermind playthrough. The thing that scares me about chattering teeth bombs is they can clip, they can explode from the other side of walls. So you need to be more than just like on the other side of a wall. I think there was a similar issue when I was playing Celeste, with copyright, which is why I, like, stopped doing this Celeste dancepad streams and whatnot. It's just, like, every one of the streams just get flagged for the music. And it's not like the fault of the music creator, it's the publisher. Which, as far as I can tell, was a genuine, like, copyright claim. Watching the Game Awards tonight? No. I don't really have much interest in the Game Awards. How did I even do this? Patience? I don't know. I don't like you, Mr. Clown. Stop it. I wish I had a sundial. You guys want to carry on a conversation that's, like, mildly relevant to what's actually going on? Your friend is going to take a shot every time Baldur's Gate and Tears of the Kingdom get an award. That friend is also Shay. How do you get a sundial? Fish him up from crates in hard mode. I was having this conversation with a friend a little while ago, and it's not even something I entirely disagree with. But like, I don't even think Baldur's Gate 3 is like that incredible of a game. I think it's more that just like there haven't been good RPG games that have come out in a while, such that it seems like a godlike, unbelievable, incredible game in comparison. Like, yeah, game's good. It's fun. Ball Stars win? I don't know what that is. But it's just, like, a solid, like, I don't know, 8 out of 10 game. Like, seeing playing this game better than Terraria. They released a teaser trailer for the Dragon Age 4 that's coming out next summer, the trailer of the game. RPGs are fun, sucks they have made less good ones lately, yeah. But also it's a mobile game where you fight other people, pretty cool game. Shitty pay-to-win mobile coverage. I don't have much interest in playing it. Nominate a game that's not an indie game in the indie game category. What are they nominating? Dave the Diver? I don't know what Dave the Diver is. Never been a fighting game person? I'm not either. I had tried, some of my friends had been really into Guilty Gear. And had bought it for me. And, I mean, we played it a bit. But I wasn't really a huge fan of the game itself. It was fun to hang out and play it, but we're doing that with any game, I feel like. Hey, Kitty Shipper Capo. It used to be free to play when you played it, but there were so many legendary heroes. The honest your friends into Guilty Gear and your friends into Smash. One is also into Street Fighter, but I tried Bridget. Oh, thank you, Kitty. I don't remember who I played. I don't know. I mean, it was fine. Like, I'd play it more with friends, but yeah, a lot of my friends in college were into Smash. They go to, like, Smash tournaments and shit. I was just never really into it. Also, there's, my friends in college, whenever I would go over to their apartment to play, you guys are really very insistent about, bypassing filters, huh? We're picky when it comes to games playing multiplayer. Or was said, there's been a weird group of people that have just been coming into chat and spamming, like, the word DeLorean. I don't really know what it's referring to. I've been doing it for several weeks. To the point that I banned the word. And now they're just coming in and spamming it in multiple words instead of just one, which is oddly insistent. You don't think Terraria is fun in multiplayer? Yeah, that's fair. Risk 2 can be fun, which kind of person you're playing with. Yeah, when I was in college, whenever I'd go to play Magic Gathering with friends on like a Friday night, there would be times where there was another friend in our group, who like live streamed. He would live stream like Smash sometimes. And there would be times where like they would just put up like his stream on their TV. And I always wonder if like there's been a point in time with bad chattering teeth bomb. Come on, spider kill the clown. Actually, I don't know if the chattering teeth bomb blew me up, but something did. Kill the clown. Kill the clown. If they just like put these streams on. There we go, got the clown. Well, I assume it's referring to somebody whose name is DeLorean. Because they said something about like some streamer named DeLorean doing something. I don't know. Question: where'd you get those arm sleeve thingies? I don't remember. Honestly, probably just like bought them on Amazon. It was a while ago. What are the arm sleeves called? Arm warmers, I think. Is the official name. That's kind of unpleasant, that annoying. Okay, I think we planned for crime. Why'd you blacklist the word? Are you afraid? I'm not particularly fond of people coming in and spamming things that are off topic. Or coming in and promoting other people's content. So that would be why. Okay, let's sell some of this stuff. We craft a Berserker's Glove first, and this time, don't sell it. GTA 6 is coming out? Yeah, I saw that. But it's not coming out till like 2025, right? And I've never really been a huge GTA person. I don't know if I'm really going to play GTA 6. I'll have to see how I'm feeling when it comes out. GTA is more your mother's thing than yours. For the teaser of the game, it's... Yeah, I saw that. They teased the trailer. I mean, it's probably going to be expensive, which would be the main thing that would be, like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, because it's, I mean... Probably going to be like a $60 game, yeah? Not more. Okay. Now, we do not sell the Berserker's Glove. As if all games don't eventually drop to price and pittance. I mean, indie games and large AAA games are different. It usually takes a... Yeah, Factorio. It takes a long time for AAA games to go on, like, really significant sales. Black Ops 2 is still $60. Take Two Interactive said they want people to pay for GTA 6 by the hour. So they want like a subscription model. That would be my takeaway from that. Not they literally are going to like charge people by the hour, but I would assume that means something more akin to a subscription. Yeah, but what they say they want to do versus what they're actually going to do are two completely different things. Like, I would read that as they want a subscription model as opposed to literally charging people by the hour. I had a Berserker's Glove in the chest. Oh, I didn't sell it. Okay. I guess that's good to know. Now we got two of them. We can dual wield. My femboy? I'm literally dressed in a maid dress. Is that... Games price will lead to the amount of time you can get from them. He says thinks games should be higher in price for the amount of hours you put in them. Mandatory 1.5. Okay, let's see if we can get luck with berserking this thing. It's a maid dress. Yeah. So that for $60 you can get thousands of hours. And maid dress is probably overrated. I'm not the biggest fan of this outfit. Personally. It's not the most comfortable. Armored, huh? We have 8 platinum. We can go for warding. If we get armored again, though, we're gonna keep it. Alright, and there's a warding. I'm gonna swap this out for the pygmy necklace that I currently have. I can use Shimmer for free Reforge. That would take drastically longer. That is not something I want to do. Okay. We're currently at 95 defense. I do kind of want to slot in the Starveil. Judgment from Shadow Chest? I don't have a Shadow Key. It's not for you paying the limited amount of time you have allotted on the Earth. But I don't know where I'd slot in the Starveil. Can't choose to play with a dancepad. It's difficult because I'm good at playing things on a dancepad. I have a lot of experience. I don't find it to be particularly difficult, but somebody who has a lot less experience might find it to be a much harder experience. A melee weapon is after Knight's Edge, Terrorblade. Excalibur, or... Well... really the next melee weapon after the Knight's Edge is like... Banana Ring, or... light discs, or shadow flame knife, or things like that. But I'm not really using melee weapons. The next one that I use will probably be Excalibur, which actually I could probably make now that I think about it. I think we have enough hollowed bows, right? Hey, we're at 34. Let's make an Excalibur. Because Excalibur also has, like, a big AoE attack. like this supposed mech. Kill the mech boss? Yeah, we killed this once. Yeah, flying knife. Chain guillotines, fetid bag necks. You got a few options. Is the strat for the destroyer? I don't know, we're not fighting the destroyer yet. Alright, let me reforge some of these weapons. It would be the fishing weapons? What do you mean the fishing weapons? They don't require you to kill anything. I mean, but you can use the Knight's Edge to kill things easily, so it's not just ignore it. Would the life drain be worse than the lawnmower if you had to use the dancepad? No. Life drain does actual damage. So it's ridiculous challenge I've done. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to compare things. Toxic Chris the Servant Blade Tongue. I mean, for ranger weapons, you can just buy the shotgun, and like, I'd rather have the Phoenix Blaster. I would rather have the Knight's Edge than the Blade Tongue, and I'd rather have the Phoenix Blaster than the Toxic Oak, so I wouldn't even really consider them to be that much of upgrades. I don't think there's really that much of like a technicality going on. I just, like, it's not difficult to kill the enemies to get the weapons. Like, it's probably easier to kill the enemies. Damage size knockback? Sure. They require no effort. They require the effort of fishing, which is probably slower and more time slower and really just slower than most of the other weapons. Just talking about Dodge Moonlord Phase 2, Kaido across the world. The True Eyes of Cthulhu move at the same speed as the Moonlord itself, but they lag behind when they attack while the Moonlord moves consistently. So if you move at about the same speed as the Moonlord, after a little while, they'll get out of range, and you can just outrange their attacks and continue just kiting the Moonlord in one direction. If you go watch the For the Worthy stream, For the Worthy Legendary Mage, the end of that is probably the most recent time that I showed that off. I think it's the last time I killed the Moonlord. Something like that is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. I want expert mode, unless you mean them. I'll take demonic. No, they might have been asking about classic, not me. They might have been asking them what difficulty they were playing on. I do master mode hardcore after this? No. Any improvements to made on my reforging? What do I have right now? I have an armored horseshoe balloon, an armored obsidian shield. Yeah, I could upgrade some of these to armored, to warding. Eke out some more defense. See if I can get the, Oh, I could get 2 points of defense by upgrading to a hollowed mask as well. Alright, see if we can get warding. Is the max defense like 150 or something? We're not at 150. A warding reforge would be really cool. A warding reforge would be really cool. A warding reforge would be really cool. Oh, there we go. Let's see, 4 platinum. That'll probably be enough to get a good reforge on a balloon. It's like 6 platinum per reforge. 204 is the max you can get. Yeah, but those largely rely on weird conditional things. Like the feasible max defense for like the Moonlord is gonna be somewhere around 150. But you also have things like the blocking from the Sergeant United shield, and the Dryad's defense buff when you're nearby her. See if we can get warding. Those attacks. Probably want some guides. Alright, I think that's fine for my reforges. Okay. I'll just scare one. Probably fight him the coming night. Is hybrid with Tanko DD worthy? I don't know what that means, Zagupin. Ranger using asphalt with clarified belts probably work well. If you're using asphalt with chlorophyte bullets, I'm pretty sure the Moonlord will, like, at the horizontal level, I think his core would be, like, underneath the asphalt unless you're jumping a bunch. How much defense? I think I have 94 right now. 99 with the Bass Statue when I drink an Iron Skin Potion and have a well-fed buff. That should give me another 11. So that would put me up to, what, 110? That's hoarding beetle damage reduction, but accessory loves more damage than defense. Oh, hybrid tanks, like with the Dungeon Defender armor, is that what DD means? And with the Dungeon Defender sets, you can get some really tanky builds that have pretty good damage. For Summoner and Melee, at least. DD damage dealer. Oh, I mean, worth what is the question? It works. I mean, you can do it. You'll be less effective than a pure damage dealer and less effective than a pure tank, but you'll be balancing the two and it'll be pretty efficient. An efficient mix of them. Like, it can work. Whether or not it's worth it or particularly good or bad, I don't know. I don't have an answer there. I'm going to take these seeds out. Put it in a different chest. Blink root back in. Oh wait. This stuff can quick stack. I haven't quick stacked. When was the last time I had a Sword Bay? Earlier this year. I don't remember exactly when. Sometime in the summer, probably. Do I ever think about my name? No? I mean, what do you mean think about it? I mean, I write it all the time. It's literally, like, on screen anytime I'm on Discord or, like, doing something on YouTube, but I don't, like, think about, I don't know what think about my name means. Like, think about what? I just made it because it rhymes? Yeah. The two words sound nice, they rhyme. That's about it. I mean, it's not... Doesn't get much deeper than that. What would I be called if sorbets didn't exist? Tony. Tony's Cafe. My cafe, though, I feel like that was pretty self-explanatory. Sick housing? Thank you. You know, normally I'd build something a bit more beautiful than this, but desperate times on the dance pad and all that. The bright side about doing all these biomimics is tons of greater potions. Usually you're just really serious sounding, then I'd say something really funny and you get so surprised. You sure it'll be a cafe, though? Yeah. Is it a reference to a maid cafe? No. No, it's a reference to Tony. But maid cafes are just like the most awkward shit in existence, I imagine. Like, I don't understand how you would go to a maid cafe and not just feel awkward. Like, bro, I just want to like have my food and have it delivered and have as little interaction with the waiter or waitress as possible. I don't want them to be like over top of me trying to do weird like cute or like maid fetish things. I don't... Bro, just give me my coffee and go away. I'm here for a drink, not awkward social tension. Has somebody heard from people who've gone to maid cafes? I mean, I feel like it's pretty... pretty easy to determine just from what it is, how it would feel to go to it. Gonna fight Prime now? Yeah. Not like right this second, but we're gearing up to fight him. You're in for the eye candy, I imagine? Bro, I don't... Just like... Hooters? I don't know. That's my using in game. The one that's most effective at any given point in time. Right now, I am using the rainbow rod because it homes, and that's nice. I can't eat. It's a food establishment. I mean, I feel the same way about strip clubs. And people like strip clubs are still a booming, successful business. Like, bro, I don't want some random person just, like, grinding their ass in front of me. I don't... I can't eat the food looking delicious. Like, bro, I'm not just gonna, like, get a bunch of the boys together and go to a strip club. I'm gonna get a bunch of the boys together and go look at, like, ducks in the local park. Ducks are cool as shit. Okay. Skeletron summon. honestly, we might have enough defense that we can honestly just use the Excalibur. What the fuck is that? Is that... Oh, is that chest lock? Chest lock. I don't think I have ever actually acknowledged that thing's existence because I never have bones in my inventory when I'm inside of my ores chest. Like, I knew it existed, but I had no idea how you actually, I didn't mean to make you. Whoops. Oh, we got a silver hammer now. It's a chest lock. It lets you lock chests, like, in the dungeon. Is it just for trolling? I mean, not necessarily just for trolling. You could also use it for, just, like, different maps or builds. Like, if you're building something and you want, like, some kind of challenge map or something, and you want to have a chest that, like, the player needs to go to a certain area and get a key for in order to unlock to get some item, you would need some way to either... You'd either need to use T-Edit, or... That would really be the only option. There's no innate way for the game to remake a locked chest. So if you wanted, you know, to make a certain build or map, you need some locking function. It makes sense why it exists. It's niche, but it's not a bad idea inherently. God damn, Excalibur! Jesus Christ, that knockback. Do I have a green slime banner nearby? I don't. If I had a green slime banner nearby, the damage would have been doubled. That was regular Excalibur damage. God damn. I guess that's the Berserker's Glove putting in that extra knockback. Hey, Sam. You always lock stuff in your biome chest for safekeeping? I only play multiplayer with people that I am not worried about stealing from me anyway. Oh, yo, we can use the Chrissy ball. Hold on. Get people who steal from you to use the private storage. You lock me using a biome chest, you need the biome key to unlock it. Okay, let's sleep in bed till nighttime. Get out the mechanical skull. Void Bag, Defender's Forge, Safe, and Piggy Bank. There are 4 different personal storage items. Should make a watch? I don't have platinum. Actually, I probably do have platinum. It's probably just my potion chest. Hold on. $44 platinum. Yeah, we got enough platinum. What time is it? Time for the watch. Get time. Yeah. What about kind of use Chester? Void Bag counts as your storage for a lot of purposes. Like, you can keep potions in there and quick buff with them, or use them. You can have informational accessories inside of it. Void Bag also sucks up items, yeah. Void Vault's good for medium core? Yeah. Wyvern plays medium core? Me? It once for like 10 minutes. I have a video on why medium core doesn't suck. There's a glitch if clocks don't work in vanity slots. No, that's intentional. Vanity slots are non-functional. Anything sitting in a vanity slot won't have an effect. That's why they're vanity slots. You don't need to have the accessory equipped, though. It'll work in your inventory. Like, right now, I don't have the Platinum Watch equipped. It's just sitting in my inventory, but I can still tell the time with it. Okay. Well, this might be a disaster. We'll have to see how Skeletron goes. It's annoying. I think an inner slot for it. I mean, yeah. If you have the Void Bag, you can keep the watch in the Void Bag, and as long as your Void Bag is open, it'll count as your inventory, and you can benefit from it in there. So that's a clock from hell. The problem is grandfather clocks are much less, have much lower resolution than the ones you hold. You need to actually activate them to get an accurate time, which is a bit inconvenient. They only tell time to, I think, the nearest hour if you don't activate them. Yeah, I know what the secret seeds are. Skeletron Prime and dealing like no damage whatsoever. Name a more iconic combo. Oh god! His only damaging attack is his giant, extremely predictable head spin. What the fuck am I gonna do? I mean, to be fair, we probably could okay, ignore the bomb. The bomb doesn't count. The bomb's not real. The bomb can't hurt you. But the laser? As long as you have defense, the laser can be shrugged off easily. The bomb does actually do a pretty significant amount of damage. That one does kind of hurt. But, usually, it won't hit you. Let's not go high enough for Wyverns, that would be inconvenient. Also, imagine, like, using mana potions. It'd be wild. I might switch to the Excalibur once we, I'm getting a bit high. Which I should avoid, because a Wyvern would really mess up my day here. Once his hands are dead, the Rainbow Rod's single target damage is going to be pretty underwhelming. I think Excalibur will probably win out there. Especially because it probably, is able to just reach him when he's hovering. I mean, most of Terraria's fights are inherently super interesting. And this is... Because I'm playing on hardcore, I built my character to basically be unkillable, so there's very little actual threat here. Unless I would seriously fuck something up. Which is just quite unlikely to happen. Come on. Don't want to go high enough for weapons. I mean, the spiders are honestly dealing pretty solid damage. Gods are mad at you for calling the boss simple. I mean, it's not a bad thing. The bosses don't need to be super complicated, but, like... You ping someone and now you know you play forward with like one time. I think you just say their name out him. Once you kill his limbs, he basically can't kill you unless you're a toddler. Yeah. Although even with his limbs, it's not like he's particularly difficult to dodge. The Destroyer is the only... Well, actually no. I mean, the twins did pose a threat in that Cursed Flames can't really be tanked very well, and we did have to actually dodge the twins. At least until Skeletron died. And the Destroyer does actually deal damage. His head hits like a bitch. You can't tank that shit. And Skeletron Prime is just kind of, yeah, he's there. Is he difficult to dodge? No. Does he deal a lot of damage? No. Expect true melee. I mean, Excalibur's a good weapon. Rainbow Rod dealt with the hands. Excalibur worked for the rest of it. So Destroyer. What is my Destroyer weapon? Excalibur? I mean... worst case scenario is like using the Stormbow or something, just because... Not because it's a particularly good weapon, because it requires basically no aiming. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, like, the Meteor Staff's fine, but I don't have the stuff for the Meteor Staff. It's very mana intensive, be kind of messy. Nimbus Rod. Thank you, Mystery. Nothing wrong with Stormbow, but I have to actually get the Stormbow, which is annoying. And like, why don't the Gungnir? Excalibur is a wider, Gungnir needs to be aimed. Excalibur doesn't. That's what I'd say. I'll see if any Nimbus, clouds show up, and if they do, if they drop the bot. Mega Star Cannon? It also needs to be aimed, is the thing. Good thing to start with Gungnir. If I aim it correctly, which I cannot do. It's kind of the major issue there. Like, oh yes, I can aim at the Destroyer and try to attack it, and then attack in the wrong direction because my cursor isn't aiming in the right spot. Line up with the ground and then have him go straight. Or I could just use the Excalibur. which is a weapon I already have. I had to log out during a boss. I mean, I'm not allowed to, but like trying to log out during a boss would just get me killed. I have to. This is the fastest I could possibly log out. Okay, hold on. Need to. And this is assuming I'm like completely on top of my inputs. That's about the fastest we're gonna get. I would die in the meantime if I tried to do that in the middle of a boss fight. I can use autopause? Fuck no. Autopause is like the lamest thing in existence if you're playing hardcore. If you're playing hardcore with autopause and saving and quitting, that's like playing Hollow Knight Steel Soul and saving and quitting whenever you're down to like 2 masks. It defeats the entire purpose. Like, oh no, I'm gonna get really badly punished anytime that I make, you know, bad decisions and get stuck in a really difficult situation and need to get out of that. Oh, I can just press this button and then ignore all of that, and it's no problem whatsoever. Yeah, kind of defeats the purpose to go, I would die, except I have this button here that just saves me from any danger whatsoever, and I can just press that whenever I'm in trouble. This game mechanic, though. Hence why I said it's like saving and quitting in Steel Soul mode whenever you're down to, like, 2 masks. I didn't say that it wasn't a game mechanic or wasn't legitimate. I just said it was lame. You summon that thing and try to kill it. Failing to use the conch? Yeah, I mean, I plan to. That's why we have the conch in my inventory. Superstar Shooter started the destroyer fight would be good when I started using Caliber. I'm just gonna point out, I have 15 falling stars. Just period. That's how many falling stars I have. The clickbait is crazy. It's not clickbait. I mean, I am playing hardcore Terraria on a dancepad in expert mode. Like, we just killed Skeletron Prime. I mean, thumbnail? I mean, I was wearing that the other day. I'm just not wearing it right now. I'm just not going to make a new thumbnail for every outfit. It's a mod. I mean, I have this. I was wearing it yesterday. I have the shorts. You're the one to be asking about it, right? Yeah. I have the shorts right here. I mean, they're just like. I don't know. So next, now Destroyer's next. Which we already have the summon for, actually. What are the hollowed pants compared to the adamantite pants? Less defense. Okay. I don't have enough for the full armor set. I'm just going to use the full armor set. How's the... Has less defense than Frost, too. From quality like 360p, you just didn't see the conch? Fair enough. I thought of doing a full wardrobe expo stream. How do you have the patience to make hoiks? I think it's probably. I think it's just applied to liquids in general, Soup Boy. and lava being a liquid. It's a bit windy. Yeah, I know I have a summon for the destroyer. These NPCs here are also just all gonna die. The Excalibur is really not an ideal weapon, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. Why am I wearing a maid dress? I look good, man. Strength do I have? 101 right now. That'll go up another 11 points, so 112. I have no damage reduction. Ah, I should slap on the Star Veil. That's what I should do. I'm probably gonna swap out the balloon for the Star Veil. I think that would be worthwhile. Because we'll probably be getting hit a lot. And the Star Veil is really good against the Destroyer. Do I still have the Star Veil on me? I put it in a chest. I think I put it in a chest. Actually, now that I think about it. Oh, and I have heart statues that I can set up. That I've been sitting on this entire time. That I've been repeatedly telling myself to set up. And just haven't. Let's do that. Vanguard Courage means you have to prep everything? More or less. Also means I have to be very quick with recognizing and getting out of dangerous situations. Because the things that are going to kill me are situations I can't react quickly to. So I need to react quickly to things that I can't react quickly to. Essentially. Why does the NPC say Sophia, but your name is Cece? We're talking to the wizard? The wizard has a running gag where he forgets the player's name and mixes them up with other NPCs. But I don't think I was talking to the wizard recently. Okay. Timer. Some wire. Oh, dropping a couple of frames. Oh, looks like it was fine. Just a brief hiccup. Now I don't think I'm gonna go for a Terra Blade because moth ones are kind of spooky. I don't know how I don't know if I'd feel very comfortable in a post-Plantera solar eclipse. Without less spawns, they're in case the place had gotten corrupted, so I could still use the pylon. It didn't get corrupted, so it didn't have to matter. Let me... Let's have statues down. If I would stop corruption spread. Sunflower, the block that a sunflower is on cannot be corrupted. But more importantly, sunflowers negate... They count as anti-corruption, essentially. But it's both, Sem. The block that a sunflower is on cannot be corrupted, which can stop the corruption from spreading if they're positioned correctly. And the more important part is that they... I think each sunflower makes an area... It's basically negative corruption blocks. It makes an area count as if there were 25 fewer corrupt blocks nearby. I think it's 25. I'm not positive on that number. So basically, by putting down a bunch of them, you can make an area count as if it was less corrupt than it is. Which is quite helpful. And the reason I had it there is because I didn't know where the corruption and Hollow were going to spread once hard mode started. I didn't know where the B was going to be. And I had a bunch of NPCs living there. I didn't want the pylon to be invalidated. So I put down a bunch of sunflowers to make sure that even if it did get corrupted, it wouldn't be a problem. Hey, Fanboy Kinto. Okay, let's get out that, worm. I think it was in the right one? No, it was the middle one. Yeah, that is. Okay. And for reference, I currently have 101 defense. My accessories are the Star Veil, Obsidian Shield, Berserker's Glove, Frozen Wings, Frostburg Boots, and a Flesh Knuckles. Do I like Crystal Assassin? Oh dear god, no. Too lazy to make NPCs move in. $80 tiles? Really? I didn't know there was that much. Oh, that's not Kinto, that's Kirito. Okay. I was reading it from far away. The O and the I blended together and looked like an N. Okay, well, not much other prep to do for the Destroyer. I mean, avoid the head. It's really the main thing. Sit here for a minute, take some water. Hopefully we don't have to worry about anything vibrating from deep below tonight. I'm not dying? I'll try to. Huh. Once we kill the Destroyer, only having Crimson Armor and having Terra Prisma, and you're still at pre-hard mode? Pre-hard mode? What? Not sure I understood the question. I think I'm gonna want Total Armor and Beetle Armor come, because I'm not gonna do Old Ones Army while Hollow Knight stuff, fuck that. So we'll need to get Total Shells. Hey, Tyson. Another minute or so. Alright, Terra Prism pre-hard mode. I probably just cheated it in. Or bought it in from another character. I mean, Terra Prism hard carries everything, so. Cute with baby blue dress. Thank you. Yeah, thankfully we're not on a difficulty where we get one shot by the destroyer. So it's not like for the worthy. We wouldn't even get just one shot in master mode with how much defense we had. It would only be for the worthy, but so guess big titles. What am I cooking? I was gonna make a pizza tonight. Dress is blue, so you know it's for boys. Okay. Almost time. Please no blood moon, please no random spawn. Okay. God, if only I had a Gungnir. This Excalibur is such a bad weapon against the Destroyer. Oh my god. I really wish I had something more effective. We really just need to make sure we don't immediately lose half of our HP by accidentally getting hit by the mouth. That's really what this fight is. Because getting licked is not ideal here. Okay, he's dead. Why is doing like no damage? I have what, 112 defense? Yeah, I have 112 defense. You can't see it, but I have 112 defense. There's this thing in Terraria where, like, for some reason, people are under the impression that defense is really bad and the best way to play the game is just to build for damage. And, yeah, they're just wrong. Because when you have defense, that happens. And, like, is that particularly difficult to do? No. Oh, no, it's not. It's... The challenge of this fight is more so the between bosses than the bosses themselves. Why was I using the Crimson Claws? Excalibur has more range. Yeah, unless you have 1 HP. What about Master Mode? Oh, you can tank the Destroyer on Master Mode, too. It's not... Master Mode isn't really that much different for defense stuff. For the Worthy is a bit different, but even still... Defense is really effective in For the Worthy. Show thighs, please. I don't... The challenge here is not so much the bosses. Bosses, really, it doesn't matter what the challenge is. Bosses are almost always the easiest part of any run. It's usually the between bosses that are difficult, at least with hardcore stuff. Because that's where most of the danger is present in the world. Random enemies are drastically more dangerous to bosses. There's only been one time we've come anywhere close to dying during a boss fight, and I think that was during the Twins, the first time we felt it out. I'd gotten hit with the Cursed Inferno debuff more than I'd like, and I just exited to the ocean. But it's... the random enemies, the farming, the angry trapper poking you through a wall, yeah. The things that you aren't expecting. Because the things that you are expecting are easy. They're really easy. You know what a boss is going to do. The 54 for total set. Honestly, I'd probably I'll probably get the total armor first. The total... Totals need to spawn on jungle blocks, right? They don't just spawn in jungle biomes. They need... Because otherwise, if you had a jungle biome, you wouldn't get totals. And for all defensive stats, suffers and movement and damage suffers from you dying too quick. I mean, not really. I've made plenty of different defensive builds. It's really not. If you really want to die for some armor, just use hollowed. Hollowed armor will be fairly useless during this one. Well, you won't be taking 1 damage from every attack. You just need to selectively dodge the ones that deal more than 1 damage. Nah, we should mine... Well, the problem is life fruit will grow as we farm for turtle shells. How are we going to farm for turtle shells? I mean, what if I just... I have the wide open area for the Plantera Arena. If I make a little spawning platform... Well, but actually... Hence really felt about mods, and maybe people think vanilla Terraria is the same way. Well, I'm not talking about modded Terraria. Got a Golden Gnome? I don't think so. Try taking Providence. That's... The wiki's not going to have this information, Superboy. But I already answered my own question. If I... were to put jungle grass on either side of the shimmer, that would get me total spawning. Problem is, I would then have total spawning. Yeah, for some people, people really don't understand that defense is really good. Like, really good. And if you're playing hardcore, defense is like one of your most powerful tools to avoid dying. Yeah, C is a Calamity def. I think she's the lead writer for Calamity, right? In the lore department. The thing is, the longer that I wait, the more likely we'll get... I've been thinking about a team in WG, making a video on defense. The longer we wait, the more life fruit and the more chlorophyte will grow. And they're both really good things. I'm concerned that in the shimmer, it will be too effective, and I'll be getting swarmed by things that I can't do. Well, there's nothing in the jungle that really goes through blocks. I can just put spiders down and have them farm things. See how it goes. I would need jungle grass, though. Do I have jungle grass? Let me check. We have jungle grass. I'm down to try this. Oh, Zenith not pushed to post poltergeist instead of Yaron. More balanced. I forgot poltergeist too. For what it's worth, from my understanding, C is the writer and not like on the balancing part of Calamity. But I'm not sure how much. Five jungle grass seeds? Is that water leaf or jungle grass? It is jungle grass. Okay. I will test this. I honestly don't know how this spawning is going to work exactly. But, we'll see. We'll see. Traveling merchant, huh? I can save for plan for Hero Shield. Yes, but I haven't thought about how I'm going to get Hero Shield yet. I don't think there's anything the Traveling Merchant would sell that I'd really care about at this point. Why do you have to fight Yarim? Why can't you just, like, romance Yarim? How come it's always fighting all these lore characters and bosses? Why can't you sleep with them? Killed his pet dog? Okay, and relationships have started in sillier ways. Like, my grandparents met because, you know, my grandfather, like, rear-ended her at a stoplight. That's basically the same thing. His boy lord is always sleeping with statties, so both are taken, sorry. And you ain't said you can't fuck Yarim in my defense. I just don't feel like that's a healthy relationship if you're, There's like a Supreme Calamitous thing where, like, she just, like, hangs her out afterwards and is like, hey, yo, I can, like, magic your weapons or whatever. Except, that's already taken, so, like, hey, yo, I can magic your eyesight, give you really good seeing. You know? But your arm is healthy? That's unfortunate. I think a really good diet is important. But we already got fucking... Okay. So, jungle's over there. Okay. Huh. I don't remember where I was last Friday. It's probably in pre-hard mode. Huh. No, I no longer care about the Souls of Night. That's just incidental here. I could probably swap the platform here for muds so stuff doesn't spawn up here. I'm thinking about how to modify this to get turtle shells. I think they just need to spawn on jungle grass, and I think if I just, like, slightly off to the left of that hut there, if I just make that spawning platform jungle grass, I mean, I think that would work. I'd really like that these Medusas fucked off, though. It's too far away on the right side, and I don't really want to go to the right side. It kind of scares me. Because it's, you know, actively walking in a corridor when I have a melee weapon towards jungle enemies, which is not something I really want. Before I jungle this place up, though, I should really make myself a safe, turtle-free zone that I can sit in where there will not be turtles. Or at least, not turtles I can't deal with. That's a pretty safe zone. Okay. Or one-shot me? No, they won't. This is expert mode, not master. I need to get rid of this fucking biome so Crimson Mimics stop spawning. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't. I know you want to do it, don't do it. I mean, a Rune Wizard wouldn't one-shot me. And turtles do less damage than Rune Wizards do. Oh, damn Crimson Mimics. Making this AFK-able? Not AFK, but like minimal input. Okay, I'm getting rid of this Crimson biome. I am sick of the Crimson Mimics. I do not want to deal with them. The Rune Wizard spawned off screen, teleport on top of you, killing you instantly, and how would go for the worthy. Yeah, Rune Wizards are notorious. They suck. If you, anyone who's played enough hardcore has had bad experiences with Rune Wizards, because Rune Wizards. Try. I think I stand right here. A little bit to the right of that Ichor. Watch down there is where I need to go. See if I was right on this. Oh. Well, my spacing was a little bit off, but hopefully it'll work fine. I should expand that a bit further to the right. I had the wrong Ichor torch. This is pretty far over here. Yeah, as we've been playing so far for this one. What's good about being a zoomer? I don't know. There's nothing good about it. We're somewhere around 30 hours. Not quite, but somewhere in that ballpark. What I could do, potentially, is... make a one-block hole here. And then, can I... that should work. Let's see whether or not turtles spawn here. I need the full biome. This is also just experimenting with how the spawns work. Because I think they just need to spawn on jungle blocks. They definitely cannot spawn on non-jungle blocks when in a jungle biome. So I'm assuming that they just need to be on jungle blocks to spawn. It might be we need to be both in a jungle biome and they need to be on jungle blocks. But we'll see. Could go sleep in a bed to speed this up. I'd have to get back in here though, which could be awkward. The more and more blocks and biome is the case. The grass hasn't really grown yet. You know, I'll go sleep in a bed to speed up time. Also lets me offload my inventory a bit. And if it is, we can just, you know... Whoops. Yeah, I was over in Terraria. About 4.8 thousand, I think. Please, merchant, get back here. I need to talk to you. Nah, it's more than 4.5 now. I'd see a fanboy curator. It'll be 5,000 soon. Skeleton. Detector. Meter. Pizza. Should bring some battle potions too. Everybody safe. Gonna dump some extra items in when I'm there. Battle potion. I don't think I have much deathweed. I have 2 deathweed. Okay, I can make... I'll probably get 3 battle potions out of this. I get lucky. More than that. Unlucky, only 2. Yeah, we got 3. Okay, well. Sleep till the grass grows. Probably the bed with me, honestly. I'll just make it. I'll just make another bed. In case we need to, pass time. I got rid of the loom. Shit. I have wood on me. I need wood. Any wood should do. Okay. Well, we can no longer have the Crimson Mimic show up, so the biggest threat in the AFK farm should be gone now. And it's not fully AFK, it's close enough, though. Okay. I'm gonna make a bed so I can just pass time over there. Should make this easier. Get. Yep. Make a boreal bed. There we go. Right. And back to the shimmer we go. Oh, it's the wrong ocean. There was just a beach shark there. Honestly, I kind of want a shark fin. Bunch of potions are cool. Daytime Rivers of Light this one? No. We already killed Daytime Rivers of Light on a dance pad. I don't desire to do it again. Yeah, I don't mind dips in the terrain much. Yeah, I mean, we already beat Terraria on a dance pad before, and we killed Daytime Rivers of Light doing that. I don't feel like doing it again. Took a while the first time. Wasn't particularly fun either. It was largely just having to deal with annoying minion AI and the Cosmic Cow Key, which was the mount we had and we were using. I'd see a soup boy. Contained water? Nice. Okay. Let's pass some time. And it's also at life boost though, like I said, so. Not how you sub 20 seconds. I didn't have a sub. I'm pretty sure it took like a minute to kill her on a dance pad. Like, it was not. Like, we did have to dodge her. It wasn't just, like, out DPSing her. Where's the outfit? Oh, that's a maid dress. Remember the peak meal, plain noodles with salt? What kind of noodles? That's the important part. Lack beetle spawn. That's a jungle enemy. So, lack beetles don't need, don't need to be in a jungle biome. They just need the jungle blocks. I'm gonna kill these failings, or whatever they're called. I think they're messing with spawn rates a little. That's if I position myself better. I can actually get these to attack. Alright. One. Two. Okay. That's three. One more. Got him. Okay, moss hornets can spawn. Now we just need to see if the tortoises can spawn. Jungle creepers. I'm your favorite straight male streamer. I hate to break it to you, but I am bisexual. Although I suppose... I would get better spawn rates if this were actually a jungle biome. If that was sarcasm, I wasn't giving an entirely, like... It was a deadpan response to a sarcastic comment. There was humor in that. But yeah, the jungle biome has much higher spawn rates, so maybe we make it a jungle biome regardless. But I'm pretty sure we can get tortoises in the environment we're in right now, and as the grass properly grows, it should increase the number of tortoises because it'll prevent the other enemies from spawning. Femni playing Terraria, that was literally my dream. Like the Minecraft YouTuber? Yeah, hopefully this will be the last time we have to farm anything here in the Shimmer. Alright, Skeleton Merchant. Why am I farming specifically in the Shimmer? It's a natural, a naturally farming space that's very good for farming enemies. Or a naturally occurring space. We have DDO. There's a dancepad challenge for that. I don't really play DDO. No, I bought the dancepad to do these explicitly. Only 140 blocks for a jungle, so... I actually not like Crystal Assassin. I don't like dashes. And also the stats are mediocre, and Queen Slime is an awful boss. So, really nothing positive about Crystal Assassin as far as I'm concerned. You have one of the worst bosses in the game, and you get a meh armor set. I've used Crystal Assassin during no crafting challenges, and that's about it. Is from X and Planetary just for the dash? I don't like dashes, so I am not going to use it by virtue of that. As far as I'm concerned, that's a downside. No, the jungle is not of the highest spawn rate outside of Hell. That's not even close to true. But it does have a high spawn rate. Let's sleep a bit. I don't like dashes. They are unnecessary. I do not need them to dodge bosses, therefore, I don't particularly value them, and I find it very annoying to accidentally dash. Alright, there's our first tortoise. So we can get them. Confirmed. I'm gonna sleep a bit to grow this grass. That's pretty decent. Too. That's fine. But like, the thing with Queen Slime is that Queen Slime is a more difficult boss to kill than every one of the mech bosses. Mostly because Queen Slimes are kind of bullshit. And has a lot of incredibly awful mechanics. Which just puts you in a situation where it's more difficult to get something that's worse than Hollowed Armor. A tone on the projectile spam for Queen Slime should be good. Yeah, I mean, as an example, I think Calamity mod's take on Queen Slime is pretty nice. It toned down her spawning slimes, and the bounciness of her projectiles, and it makes her a much better boss. But Vanilla Queen Slime, heard that fighting armor was busted. It's not busted. It's fine. That's how I would describe it. Fine. Damn, this grass is taking a long ass time to grow, huh? Alright. First Calamity playthrough with friends. With Providence. You like some of the changes Calamity makes to vanilla? Yeah, I mean, like Calamity has some changes that I do like. I just think overall, not a huge fan of the philosophy. Can I please stop talking, trying to focus on chat? My voice is distracting you from reading chat. No. Feels too repetitive. What, Queen Slime? I mean, I just think there are two sides of Bullet Hell, and I feel like the two hollow bosses of Terraria, Infernum, showcase this very well. Where the Empress of Light is a fantastic Bullet Hell boss, and Queen Slime is an awful Bullet Hell boss. And it pretty much comes down to the predictability, consistency, and randomness of the projectile spam. Where Queen Slime's projectiles are very difficult to predict. They're just everywhere. She has tons of just random crap that gets sent out. And she spawns things that send out random things that bounce all over the place. And it's really difficult to accurately predict what Queen Slime is actually going to do. Because she has so many different variables and factors happening. And because she's a lower mobility boss, by design, she's meant to be fought pre-mech boss, where you don't have strong mobility options. You're probably going to be put in a situation where you don't have this, like, the whole open space to move around. So you're going to be put in a situation where you're going to have bouncing projectiles where you're trying to walk. Oh, I'm not sleeping anymore. Oops. Oh yeah, the slam hitbox is also awful. However, good plug for the Queen Slime cheese that Quasar made as an improvement to the design that I made, which is 3 sloped blocks, and Queen Slime is no longer able to hit you. You can check out the Hoik guide that I made to see that that design. We might get a Bazaar from this. Actually, I feel like I probably will. Better boss design for the game. I mean, I feel like... part of the problem is that... Queen Slime, to me, feels like a... How do I put this? Oh, I don't like Supreme Calamitous. I don't like most of late game Calamity because it feels like it's just way overboard on overtuned bullet hells and just projectile spam. To the extent that I didn't really feel like I could understand what was going on. I was just kind of moving and it didn't feel like I was really engaging with it very much. It was just too much stuff going on. But yeah, I feel like the problem with Queen Slime is Queen Slime, to me, feels like a, boss that was designed conceptually before she was designed mechanically. And what I mean by that is, Queen Slime was designed with the philosophy of, we want a hard mode King Slime, and not, we want a good boss that shoots a lot of projectiles. And so, you take King Slime, and you go, okay, how do we make this in hard mode? Well, we take the same basic idea of having the slime teleporting around, but, well, it needs to spawn more difficult slimes, because that's, you know, kind of the whole thing about King Slime, is it spawns slime. So we give her a bunch of different slimes to spawn. You got the bouncy slimes, you got the flying slimes, you got the ones that are basically just the spike slimes but shoot much larger like arcs for their projectiles. And I feel like that's how you end up with Queen Slime, because you just take the idea of hard mode King Slime, which isn't a good idea, is the problem. Like, King Slime as a boss kind of sucks. Like, it works. It's an early game boss. It's not meant to be like a really fine-tuned, super fun experience. It's just kind of, you know, it's an obstacle for the player to overcome. But like just a boss that just spawns smaller versions of itself whenever it gets hit doesn't scale well into hard mode. I feel like. And I feel like the best way to fix Queen Slime is just rework the entire fight from the ground up. I just think conceptually, like, the boss needs to be completely reworked to be good. Because at its core, like, bosses that spam a bunch of ads all over the place and that spam a bunch of projectiles nonsensically just isn't fun. You could fix part of the issue, but even still, I feel like the whole fight just would need to be reworked. Damn, this grass is taking forever to grow. No, I didn't have a... I do have jungle grass. I do have mushroom grass seeds. I could shimmer into jungle grass seeds. You shows your trap a boss idea, which doesn't attack but lays down mines, saw trap, and other traps is just a terrible idea. I mean, there are very few times where I think bosses that just spawn additional enemies makes a fight more fun. Usually I either see it neutrally or as a bad thing. Because like when we first extra fight, spent 3 hours making an arena. What are they talking about? Oh yeah, ads. Something like a good example of why I hate ads in boss fights is in my first Calamity mod playthrough. I was fighting Dragon Folly. Fuck those ads that Dragon Folly has. Because I was dodging Dragon Folly, and I was having a really fun time with Dragon Folly. I was really enjoying the rhythm of the fight. And like I almost killed it the first time that I fought it, and I was like, okay, I want to go back and do this again. I go back and do it again, and it's just non-stop spawning the random baby Dragon Follies that it had that I didn't see at all the first fight. And now it's just spawning massive amounts of them, and it becomes basically impossible for me to do the fight. Because every time it spawns it heals for like, I don't know, like 30,000 HP or something? When did I do this again? Sometime last year. But it just went from like a really enjoyable fight to, okay, now I can't fight the boss because it's just spawning a bunch of ads non-stop that I can't deal with because I'm fighting this a little bit before the intended point in progression. I don't have the damage to kill these things. And it just becomes, like, do you have the damage to kill these ads? If not, you're spending the entire time just fighting the ads. That life boot grew on screen, by the way. Unquirky Brews boss fights borderline relies on ads. You hate it. Boss infuriating beat without cheesing because the ads just mount up more and more. Was terrible when you were anchor only? Alright, let me clean up my inventory space a bit. This is a good example, by the way, of most enemies don't need to be in a specific biome to spawn. They just need to be on specific blocks. The best mod of tours play Eternity. I mean, just like from its conception, I'm not really a huge fan of modded Terraria. Like, I don't really want to, like, I'm happy with regular Terraria. I'm not particularly drawn to be like, man, I really want to find a mod to play. Like, I'm mop, 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 mop. 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 Yeah, I'm happy with regular Terraria. I'm not, like, going out of my way to try to find a mod. I just found it Moonlord should be the end. Yeah, I mean... I haven't played Eternity mod, so I can't really comment on it. A lot of mods play meta games. If they don't match vanilla in style, they tend to not go for them. Yeah, I mean, like, I have plenty of criticism of Calamity mod, but they're mostly small things. They're not like... You know, the big ones are things that I've already addressed in several ways. And they're not really specific to Calamity mods. It's just kind of modded Terraria in general. Once you have the quality of life mods you fall in love, trust me? No, I have the, like, exact opposite experience. Nothing makes me less interested in the game than an overabundance of quality of life mods. It basically just removes the game from the game. That was a huge part of why I was bored out of my mind doing the multiplayer Calamity stuff. Is just because the quality of life mods just made the game insufferable. Because it just removed the game from the game. And it was just bouncing around from boss fight to boss fight. Play Cookie Clicker? I played Cookie Clicker back when it was like a Flash game. I particularly want to play it again. Can't play the quality life mods last time I tried not using starter back and just quit. How do you people function on a day-to-day basis? Can't live without Vein Miner. Why? Like, why? What is so bad about mining? Magic storage is an absolute godsend, and you cannot sort things out. I mean, magic storage to me is just like... It removes the concept of sorting chests from the game, which is like, you know what? It's kind of like a decently fun micromanaging thing. It just basically makes your inventory infinite size at the end of the day. Or rather gives you just an infinite sized chest that you can just go in and out of and do crafting in and I'm gonna use Vein Miner and Alchemist. I don't like Alchemist. That was when I played Calamity, it was when you could still buy potions from NPCs, and it just essentially made it so that no matter what the situation was, I would always have every potion buff that I wanted, which kind of makes the concept of potions as a whole pointless. Like, it'd be one thing to get, like, you know, things like regen potions or iron skin potions. Those are, like, incredibly easy to craft anyway, so you'll probably have them whenever you want them anyway. But stuff like life force potions, wrath potions, rage potions, I wouldn't have had those if I couldn't buy them. to remove grinding, I just wouldn't have used them if I didn't have the option. That's a pocket gun. It's the worst mod I've played. I haven't really played very many Terraria mods. I mean, I've only really played a couple of randomizers and Calamity and Thorium. I play without point shop, like Terraria is mostly boss fights for you. The control scheme's fine. Right now we're going for turtle shells. I'm waiting for the jungle biome to finish growing before I start popping my battle potions. Which is what we're doing right now. Use Alchemist when you really struggle with bosses. Potions make the game a lot less fun, in your opinion. Use them in hard mods like Eternity or Infernum. I mean, potions in the base game are really strong, but are balanced by the required time investment to get them. And if you're able to just buy them, especially in a mod like Calamity, where money is basically completely solved at every point in the game, you can just infinitely summon bosses that you can kill in the snap of your finger, and you can get money incredibly quickly. You basically just have infinite potions. It was the same thing of like, I cheesed the fuck out of a lot of stuff in Calamity with Potions of Return, because the mod just let me buy an infinite number of Potions of Return. And Potions of Return are incredibly powerful. You couldn't get him till hard mode because you bought him from the wizard. But, I did fish up a good number of Potions of Return to get to, like, the bottom of the abyss, in pre-hard mode, and get, like, the Cosmolite or whatever. But, like, in hard mode, it was just kind of like, well, I can just, like, drink Potions of Return and abuse these, and the game gives me an infinite number of them. You gotta listen 40-minute Terraria lecture and do Anglo quests. His money situation weird because like 95% of your money is Reforging. But Reforging is like solved in Calamity because it has like 6 Reforges and you have the best one, right? I guess there's accessory Reforging, but there was never a point in time in Calamity where it felt like money mattered, which is fine. You don't need to have money be a pressing issue. But I feel like it was another thing of like, oh yeah, that's another part of the game that I just don't have to care about. So it's like I don't have to grind money now because I have infinite money. Back-to-back Bazoras, damn. Turtle shell on the floor? Alright, there's one down there. Pick this stuff up. So Summoner Tank Melee build explains the total armor in Excalibur. It's a tank build, and then using whatever... The thing to understand about tank builds in Terraria. Tank builds have almost no bias towards any one particular class. Tank armor gives you bad melee bonuses. You don't really lose very much for just using a different weapon instead. So I'm just using whatever the most effective weapon is. Spider Staff is my best option for killing these things, so I'm using it. I'm going to use the Rainbow Rod once the jungle actually grows, which it might be now. We're getting some pretty nice spawn rates. Half a year ago, Avengers used to increase money drop rates by like 3 times using something with that. Okay, I need to make inventory space. Let me get out of safe. Diamond Staff is just overrated. I mean, it was nerfed since it was really good. I don't think it was particularly overrated when it was really good, especially because Dread Nautilus was super easy to cheese back then. With Dread Nautilus being reworked to not be as cheesable and the Sanguine Staff being nerfed, or rather patched because it was more functional than it should have been, it's not nearly as good, yeah. You used to crush yourself under communicant pressure, not to change certain things, and you're glad you don't anymore. A lot of bad changes were made. I mean, part of the problem is just that, like, what is good in the mod is not necessarily subjective, but, Well, certain parts of it are certainly subjective. Yes, you did, Akira. Is Ankh Shield worth it? I mean, we have, like, almost all of the Ankh Shield pieces at this point, I think. We'll have to see. Oh, hold on. Get out of here, sir. Like, not everyone's gonna like the same thing. And so... Let's just swap to it and back. It was so good you moonload with it, now it feels very weak because people still swear by it. I mean, it's a minion with good AI. It's not terribly difficult to obtain. And it avoids having to fight Queen Slime. So, there's another Brazoa. It does have benefits. It's not all negative. Anything that avoids having to fight Queen Slime is a positive in my book. If our Calamity is not the bosses. I imagine given that you're the lore writer, it's probably the lore, yeah? Or is it like Brimstone Elemental's big titties? You like the other stuff more? Like Brimstone Elemental? Menu. Why summoners don't have crits? Whips do not crit, no. It is an innate property of summon damage that summon damage cannot critically hit. Whips cannot do crits except for the 2 whips that very specifically give summons a crit chance, which works differently than normal crit chance. And doesn't apply with normal crit chance. We got 2 shells already? Damn. We got 2 life food as well, if you haven't seen that. Pick those up. Another resort. And a Planterra's bulb. Okay. Well, let's not break that. I don't want to deal with that. Some bland weapons are nice. Some people just, like, left-click and deal damage. Yeah, I like that. Although usually in, like, sniper rifle form with, like, projectile. Acid Rain tier 3 music. I have a question, see? Why does tier 1 of the Acid Rain exist? Because it feels like the most... like, the shittiest event in existence. I went there in my first Calamity playthrough. And it was literally just walking around, and there were stationary frogs that didn't do anything. That would blow up if you went near them. And it was just walking around with, like, nothing going on. I don't know if it's been changed since then. It was a little while ago, but... I remember that sticking out to me distinctly as, like, a... What the hell's going on here? What is that outfit? It's a maid dress. Yay? Ah, you have, correct. Alright, we can get Moss Hornets. Acid Rain's gimmick is that the closer more into the water you get, the more chaotic it gets. I see. Up in the shore is boring with almost nothing. Actual water near is where the chaos happens. I want to actually shimmer. Do I have a blindfold? I must have a blindfold. Surely I must have a blindfold. Do I have a blindfold? Well, I have a blindfold in real life. It's like right over there. But a lot of people say that Ankh Shield is unneeded. Because it's unneeded? That's not a question. I mean, it's not needed. You don't need it, so it's by definition unneeded. Yeah, Super Boss and Calamity add-ons, that's a much stronger enemy if to fight for certain bosses like Astrogeldon. Q2 Acid Rain. 2 and 3 are fine now. Tier 2 and 3 are fine. I mean, do you even need the tier 1? Like, what does tier 1 have that's worthwhile? If it was just like removed from the game and there was only the tier 2 and 3, is that like, do you lose much? Added B-Wing. Okay. So wing upgrade. Based on Old One's army for tiering. I mean, the Old One's army is the same problem. Tier 1 of the Old One's army fucking sucks. The only reason to do tier 1 of the Old One's army doesn't even have armor sets, which are like the entire... The Old One's army has good weapons and good armor sets. The tier 1 of the Old One's army has neither. All that it has is like a shitty mount and a summoner accessory that's like mediocre at best. And something that buffs the number of sentries you can place at once, which is pretty mediocre because you don't get good sentries. And you get the ability to place sentries, which are pretty mediocre until later in the game. Old Army's general bad? No, I don't agree with that at all. Tier 3 of the Old One's army is incredible loot. Tier 2 has solid loot, but not like game-breaking like the Tier 3. Well, did you find out I like dressing like that? I don't remember. I play golf with a dance pad? Golf isn't a video game. Golf is a sport. Golf and Terraria? You're making that shit up. Golf's not real. How much is the dance pad? I mean, this is not a good dance pad. I think I paid like $50 for it. I would like a much better one, but getting a better dance pad is not easy because they're not just like available to purchase in the same way that something like this is. A pretty limited supply from my understanding. And it's I mean, it's not particularly delayed. The input timing is nice enough. It's a bit clunky sometimes, and there's definitely some overlap, especially because it's a foam pad and it like pushes up against things and slides around. I mean, this is pretty much everything we'd want from the jungle, yeah? Start with Power Glove. I don't think different, I really don't think there's much value in doing different alternate control methods. Like, once you've done one, you've done most of them. They're not really very different. We go for Beetle Armor too? Yeah, probably. I don't feel like doing the Old One's army. That's the next best tank option late game. Like, they're just not very different. No, it still doesn't count as Jungle Biome, because if we had Jungle Biome, we'd be getting Jungle Bat spawning. But we might get all the turtle shells we need before that happens, so we'll see. And I'm going to take stock of my Ankh Shield pieces before we go back. Oh, for Hollow Knight? No, I'm not going to do the Old One's Army. That's true, I'm not a stinky millennial. After Old One's Army, you just dupe medals for the tier 3. I'm not going to do that, so... Before the other Calamities, there's a lot of weapons, mostly 1 or 2 good ones, the other ones are mid at best, so I use them. From my understanding, that's something that they've been trying to cut down on, is like the weapon bloat and whatnot. Okay, another Bazaar. Oh, fuck off, Medusa. Alright. Well, now we're officially jungle biome, so... Is that another Tattered B-Wing? Yeah, it is. Huh. I'm getting fairly lucky with these total drops. I should have built this slightly differently. I didn't realize the totals could get up here. Something I have to deal with. It's a little bit annoying, unfortunately. Maybe Summoner is not bad. Let's switch to it. Second half, you did vote before it. On it. I feel like we're going to be getting close to a total banner soon. We've killed quite a few of them. Oh, we were getting lucky with the total shell drops. The weapons and Calamity were pretty balanced before 1.4 when whips came by. Just understand what Terraria devs want with Summoner and just did their own thing. I mean, I don't think it's that they didn't understand what Calamity devs wanted. I think it's that, or that what Terraria devs wanted. I think it's that they had their own balance before whips came out, like C was saying. And the problem is you'd either have to nerf all of the existing weapons or nerf how whips work, because the reason whips and like regular Summoner works is because Summoner's weapons fucking suck. By default, it was by far the weakest class in 1.3. And the solution the Terraria devs went with is whips. That's how you fix that. But if a mod has its own solution to that, that's not whips, then obviously it's going to be a problem, because then you're just adding a giant buff without any kind of need for it. Now, Summon at this point is kind of the strongest class pre-Moon Lord. I don't agree with that. If you're saying that by virtue of the Terra Prisma, the Terra Prisma is not even the strongest summon pre-Moon Lord. Dragon is. Dragon Master disagrees with me. Is Terra Prisma better than the Dragon? I thought... I was under the impression that Dragon Cracker was better. You're not saying for Moonlord just single target dummy DPS? How are you getting your minions to attack a dummy? Terra Prisma is garbage? That's what I was saying. What? Mock. Fuck, I'm out of mana. Yo, Butterfly Dust. Oh, the significance of Moth? It's generally the easiest source of post-mech wins. Dummies are good for testing if you know how to set them up. Dummies are a target with 0 defense that is not practical to apply to most actual fights. All that testing with a target dummy tells you is how much damage you do on a stationary target with 0 defense. That is not attacking back, which is not entirely practical. There's no perfect testing. I mean, kill times I generally put more stock in than target dummies, but kill times also rely on the player doing them being competent and also producing consistent results across multiple trials. Your defense after Betsy's Wrath, but then you have to put in the aiming with Betsy's Wrath and the downtime of using those. And you're not going to be using Betsy's Wrath with every weapon, because some things natively have very high damage, and 20 less damage from the defense wouldn't matter that much. Use Golem as a dummy? I mean, Golem doesn't have... The problem is, there's no universal constant that you can do. If you have a kill time, all that's telling you is the kill time for that boss. It doesn't tell you anything about other bosses. If you take the twins, and say, damn, the Mega Shark's got a pretty good kill time against the twins. Good weapon. Okay, let me try that against Duke Fishron. Well, Duke Fishron has fucking 50 defense in his first phase. The Mega Shark is awful against Duke Fishron. Look at, it's ass-handed to it. Because it's a different enemy. Dragon Mask is a YouTuber. They might be active on Reddit, and I know they're active on the Terraria Discord as well. And the other thing with kill times is that it also only tells you how fast the person using the weapon was able to kill them. With minions especially, did he quit? I'm not sure. With minions especially, there's a huge fluctuation because certain minions will be drastically more or less effective depending on where you position yourself, because they're like leashed to the player. And depending on where you are, that can really influence them. Or like how your arena's set up, or how effectively you're stacking whips and how many whips you are stacking. And the problem with something like that is that not everyone is going to be playing at the skill level that the person doing the playtesting for the kill time is. Like, you know, you might say something like the Blade Staff, or like a really heavily minion mixed setup with pre-hard minions is really effective and has a really good kill time. Okay, well, your average player is not going to be able to do that. You know, maybe they'll be able to a little bit, but that's a pretty difficult thing to do if you're trying to stack like 3 or 4 different whips with the Blade Staff. So, do you say the Blade Staff is like a really phenomenal weapon that everyone should use because it can have these really good kill times? Well, no, because the average person's not going to be doing that. Like, is it really good? Yeah, but you certainly can't call it like incredible best weapon just because a really skilled player can use it like that. Or things like, you know, the coin gun. Like, the coin gun is incredibly busted. Obscenely powerful. But, like, actually using the coin gun and getting the resources for it is, like, completely implausible. Unless you're doing a ton of farming and have really optimized setups. Does that make the coin gun bad? No, I mean, it is really effective. But, like, is it out DPSing most, like, pre-Moonlord weapons? Yeah. Does that make it better than them? One of a high skill ceiling, which Terraria has? No, it doesn't. Terraria does not have a high skill ceiling. That is bullshit. Terraria's skill ceiling is pretty low. Compared to other games, like, Terraria's skill ceiling is not that high. Star Cannon is the same thing as the coin gun, but not quite as egregious. If Terraria had a really high skill ceiling, I think, I would be able to say that there would be a lot more challenges that I've done that a very skilled player couldn't do. But the only challenges that I've done that I think a reasonably, like, highly skilled player couldn't do if they tried to is, like, stuff like blindfolded or dancepad, or things that require some other skill on top of things. Because, like, base Terraria hits a skill ceiling not that high up, and then past that point, it's just whatever you feel like doing. It's not whether something is too difficult or not. A lot of it's just time-consuming. Now, the skill ceiling isn't the floor. There is a skill ceiling, but compared to other games, I really don't think it's very high. That's 2 more tattered B-Wings. Like, looking at how difficult it is to pull off, like, Terraria speedrun tech versus how difficult it is to pull off speedrun tech in some other games, I feel like that's another, like, metric you can use to gauge the skill ceiling. Terraria speedrun tech is mostly just building houses quickly and, like, using dynamite, and knowing how featherfall potions work and how to move yourself with limited items. Yeah, Titan Glove. And not that that isn't difficult, but compared to games that have, like, a bunch of frame-perfect inputs and incredibly difficult tech to pull off that people need to practice for hours and hours and hours and hours on end just to be able to get at a reasonably confident rate, like, I don't think you can call Terraria a game with a high skill ceiling. No turtle shell down there yet? Stuck at 2 for ages. You don't like the hook thing because it's a glitch that shows up naturally often enough to ruin you? Are you talking about, like, slimes clipping into walls and stuff like that? Yeah, I got 2. I think we have a misunderstanding of skill ceiling, Odin. Like, a skill ceiling is the point in time where you've gotten as good at the game as, like, as you can get. Like, you are as skilled as a player can be in the game. Adding more challenges on top of that isn't going to make you more skilled. It's just spending time doing something that you've already figured out, or like honing a particular skill in some very niche area. No, I don't think Terraria is a fun game to speedrun. Or a fun game to watch speedruns of, really. Most games are not to speedrun. I mean, Terraria is just, it's a rather long game, and there's a lot of RNG. Every significant game has a potentially infinite skill ceiling. Let's get down these banners. Well, it's why the concept of asking, like, are you the best Terraria player? Are other people better than you? Is just silly from the start, because, like, I'm pretty sure any reasonably skilled Terraria player, highly skilled Terraria player, could do most of the things I've done if they wanted to. Like, I'm not sure about playing games blindfolded, or on a dance pad, or, like, with various other things, because those require additional skills that aren't playing Terraria. Like, in order to play a game blindfolded, you need to both be very familiar with wearing a blindfold, and be very skilled at the game that you're playing. And it's it's an additional factor on top of things. But just like beating the game with a lawnmower, like, plenty of people could do that if they felt like spending the time to do it. It's just not something they feel like doing, because it's, like, there's a reason nobody does it, because it's slow and pointless. Oh, there's another turtle shell. Okay. There's another pocket mirror. Okay, let's do a little shimmering. Actually, let me take stock of things first. That can be familiar with using a blindfold? Wearing blindfolds a lot? I don't know. I mean, I was wearing a blindfold for like hours a day, every day, when I was doing blindfolded Rain World. I was unassisted. Okay. We honestly might have the stuff for the Ankh Shield now. Let me see what I have. I have the patience and shield willpower for this. I mean, it's not that slow. I mean, I've beat the game with a lawnmower. This is nowhere near that. Okay, what do we have? We have 2 armor bracing. That's vitamins and armor bracing. That's 1 piece. We have 2 Bazours. That's Bazour and bandage. That's 2 pieces. 2 pocket mirrors. That's reflective shades. That's 3 pieces. We have 2 Nazars. That's counter curse mantra. Do I have megaphones? Actually, what is the... I have 2 slow clocks. Immunity to... I think we have all of the Ankh Shield pieces. I think this slow clock... I think it's the megaphone that goes with the Nazar. It's silent and cursed. I'm not positive, but... Alright, turtle shell before all the mechs? No, we've killed all 3 mechs. You can see my accessory setup. Star Veil, Obsidian Shield, Berserker's Glove, Frozen Wings, Frostbite Boots, Flesh Knuckles. All of them were forged to either warding or armored. Could I possibly do a 1 HP run with a lawnmower? The problem with the word theoretically possible, is that you essentially allowed the most unlikely circumstances possible. And, I mean, I think it could, theoretically, if you were to have a setup with an NPC override to stop the Wall of Flesh from spawning certain things, and then you had a really explicit setup that could do things, maybe, but, like, it's completely implausible. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay. We have the plan. So curse and... Oh, no. Slow and confusion. So it's the megaphone that goes to the Nazar, yeah. So megaphone Nazar. That, and the 2 pocket mirrors, which I have. Okay, I'm going to shimmer the life fruit. And I'm also going to shimmer my wings to get the souls of flight back. So yeah, we're good to go. Venom Staff worth mining chlorophyte. Ankh Shield's the plan. I mean, it wasn't the plan, but we got all of the pieces for it, so... I mean, might as well. We just happened to stumble into all of them. Now, we will need to actually, throw things in the shimmer. Doing anything in any game can pretty much be theoretically possible. No, I mean, there are certain things that are not possible, like... The Wall of Flesh is generally the main obstacle, because the Wall of Flesh needs to be killed within a certain strict time limit, and if you don't have the capacity to deal that damage in enough time, it won't be possible. That or something like, no NPCs, strictly speaking, is impossible, because you need to have the guide in order to summon the Wall of Flesh. Now, you spawn with a guide, naturally. It's not, like, a huge problem, but, like, technically you can't beat the game without NPCs, because you need to have an NPC in order to fight a boss that's, necessary in progression. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. We have banners for all these things, so we have that going for us at least. God, how am I gonna do this? Right, let me turn off the water candle. Build down, maybe? Did the Cursed Clothier spawn without NPCs? The old man? I mean, NPCs is a self-imposed thing. It's not. He also spawns on World Gen. If we place my cursor in an appropriate spot, we could actually have something happen here. How many shells do we have? Oh, we have all 3 shells. I'm back here to shimmer stuff now. Which means we need to, There's another shell. I don't need it, though. Please stop, Mr. Hornet. Okay. I think this will be the last time we have to visit the shimmer, so. Scourge Cup appears to be the best, hands down. Oh, the strongest biome chest weapon. Why didn't I craft the true Excalibur? Well, I haven't mined Chlorophyte yet, so I can't. Bowen and Nazaro. And I don't. Over a pocket mirror. Why didn't I mine Chlorophyte? Because I was getting total shells before I was mining Chlorophyte, so I'd have more time for things to grow. Okay, and then a Bazoar. Oh, I guess I need to shimmer that. I have vitamins. So we have Medicated Bandage, Reflective Shades, Counter Curse Mantra, Armor Bracing, and the Plan. That's everything. I'll make the Aegis Fruit. But it upgrades like stats. Aegis Fruit? I don't know. Aegis Fruit's really good. mine chlorophyte, because I plan to do one session of chlorophyte mining. And there's not, like, I'm going to mine for chlorophyte and life fruit at the same time. And the longer I take, the more life fruit will grow and the more chlorophyte will grow, because it grows over time. So, because I need turtle shells regardless, it's better to get the turtle shells first, because that'll give the chlorophyte and the life fruit more time to grow. There's no reason to do it before that. Now, once I go mining for chlorophyte, sure, I'll make the true Excalibur, but I haven't yet. It's that boost the Galaxy Pearl. I just never get a pink pearl. The thing with life fruit and the Aegis fruit is that it's easy to get, which weighs into it being good, because ease of access is a big thing. Alright, reflective shades. Countercurse mantra. Medicated bandage. And armor bracing. Pick him up. I must put the planet in a chest. What non-weapon do you think would be the most OP to start a run with? Non-weapon item. Celestial Starboard? A single item? Or like multiple? A Rod of Harmony? Yeah, Rod of Harmony is pretty good. Yeah, there we go. I mean, amphibian boots are... Oh, wait, that's the Berserker's Glove, not the... the Berserker's Glove is... Oh, sorry, the, amphibian boots are good, but you can also get them before killing any bosses, so, like, starting the run with it wouldn't be very game-breaking. The frog legs are 1 in 500. I mean, it would just save you a bit of time with fishing. Like, yeah, it's rare, but... Okay, let's go see the Joblin. Reforge this thing. You fight Nameless Deity of Light on a Calamity boss and get fixed boy. He just goes away for 1 minute about the Rod of Harmony is overpowered and post Moonlord. Modded is ruined. Oh, the Ankh Shield was in it. Oh wait, no, I took it. Okay. Thought I put it in a chest. Item start with a tin can. One of my favorite glitches is I put a lot of sunflowers there. In case the Crimson came here when the hard mode V spawned, when the Wall of Flesh died. It didn't, so it didn't matter. But if the V did spawn here, I'd still be able to use the pylon. There was a point in time where the trash item seaweed that you get from fishing, if you died with a medium core character while you had seaweed trash in your inventory, it would become seaweed, the pet item that summons the turtle that you get from jungle chests. Okay, well, we got Ankh Shield now. Okay, so sell some more stuff. You could farm money that way. I mean, I guess. I don't like you do get money from it, but you found money just by existing in Terraria. You literally, as soon as hard mode starts, just passively earn income from the tax collector. As long as you want to go pick up stuff from him, and you get money just from killing enemies and getting drops. So like, oh wait, shit! Damn it! I wanted a wing upgrade. I'll just go kill some wyverns. There's no need to shimmer my wings. We can just go at it like this. I will put my balloon back on, though. Oh, shit, my balloon's in this safe. I won't put the balloon back on. It's fine. Is this high enough? Well, actually, I know it was high enough over here on the living trees. We can just go sit over there. Let's see you, Bella. I disagree. The horizontal flight time from lightning boots, I don't think it's better than amphibian boots. Amphibian boots is a percentage ascent speed increase, whereas lightning boots are a flat flight time increase. As you get later in the game, the flat flight time increase gets less and less relevant because wings have higher flight times natively. And the ascension speed gets more and more relevant because you want to move faster as enemies and attacks get faster. I thought this was high enough. Give me some wyverns. We only need to kill one. We have enough souls of light. Souls of flight in the chest. They're so slow horizontally. I mean, yeah, they aren't great horizontal mobility, but it's not that much slower than lightning birds. I get some wyverns. Can I get some wyverns? 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 Thank you, Alchemist King. Can I get some wyverns? Or are you going to need Empress Wings or something better? Can I get some wyverns? 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 That was a giant harpy feather. Can I get some wyverns? What, a platform up there? No. Can I get some wyverns? Literally just one wyvern. Like, just one. That's all I need. Just a single wyvern. have a battle potion that I drank. Like spawn mates are pretty... Spawn put up there and teleport to the beach and back? You are grossly overestimating my capability of... Do you know how difficult it is to build up there? On a dance pad? For one wyvern? Okay, there's a Harpy banner. Oh, there he is. Come here, buddy. Come on. There we go. That's a good wyvern. Honestly, we can just, like... What's he gonna do to me? Bite me? Oh, wait. Do I not have extra souls of flight? Did I, like, get rid of them? Didn't think I did. Nah, there they are. Those are souls of sight. I should get those, though. Right, whoops, I guess we need a second wyvern. Unless it's my piggy bank. Yeah, whoops, I guess I got rid of the extra souls of flight. Okay, one more wyvern. I have a full plan? Oh, God, no. I'm gonna use some ropes to permastall in space. Because what I'm doing now is faster than trying to build a rope up to space. Look at that. It's a wyvern. Without spending like 10 minutes trying to build a rope up to space. The merchant is right there. Yes, and in order to do all of that, I have to go to the merchant, I have to navigate to where the ropes are, I need to buy the ropes, I need to put the ropes in my hotbar, I need to get back over here, I need to position my cursor in the correct spot, I need to build up by gradually building up, and then switching to a different control scheme, and going up slightly more, and then building up, and switching to a different control scheme, and then going up slightly more. All of that to save a couple seconds, like a second at most every jump, when we're already done now. Like, while yes, I can make things more efficient or optimal than they are, the time spent doing that is a waste, because I could just be done. Disagree? How long did I spend killing wyverns? 10 minutes? Did you see how long it took me just to build the rope, like, directly up from... like the first time we were farming wyverns? Hang on. Did I? I'm genuinely not sure. Surely I did. Okay, yeah, there it is. I was looking for the Destroyer's treasure bag. I thought for a second I hadn't picked it up, but I just put it in the safe. My favorite weapon? Phoenix Blaster. Will help if I want to do motions? No. I don't want to do motions. That's a pretty safe bet. Okay, well, let's upgrade to a pickaxe axe. And... I don't think I'm gonna make a True Knight's Edge. I don't think I'm gonna make the Terror Blade because I don't plan on dealing with post-Plantera eclipses. And like I'm gonna use the True Excalibur against Plantera probably, so I just don't see much reason to use the True Knight's Edge. Plus, I don't actually have the Souls of Sight for the True Knight's Edge. I'd have to go Shimmer, like my Rainbow Rod or my Pixie Fairy Bell. I don't really want to do that. The point of the Phoenix Blaster, it's post-Skeletron. After that, it's the Wall of Flesh, and if you just use a Hellwing Bow. Well, I would say the Phoenix Blaster is better than the Hellwing Bow, and the Phoenix Blaster is also, like, on par with the Clockwork Assault Rifle and Titanium Repeater as far as early Horde Mode Ranger weapons. It is completely feasible to just use the Phoenix Blaster to kill all 3 mech bosses. Not to mention the Phoenix Blaster with exploding bullets is an incredible weapon for crowd control and managing enemies in early Horde Mode. Onyx Blaster exists. And the Phoenix Blaster, you can literally fight the mech bosses the moment you get into Horde Mode by just drinking a Gravitation Potion and using a Phoenix Blaster. And that will kill Skeletron Prime and the Twins, if you know what you're doing. And if you have Exploding Bullets, you can use it on the Destroyer too. With literally the pre-Horde Mode gear that you brought the moment after you kill the Wall of Flesh. And that is a perfectly reasonable thing to do. I would do it all the time in Expert Mode. You could be fighting by Plantera by the time you have the Onyx Blaster ready for pre-mech by just using the Phoenix Blaster. Speedrun meta if Dynamite didn't exist? It requires looting stuff in the dungeon. I don't think it would be very speedrun meta because you'd have to go pretty deep into the dungeon. It can be tough to identify which chest contains the Phoenix Blaster. You do need to do the ore grind at some point anyway and get the accessories. Don't really. You take the hollowed bows you get from the mechanical bosses and go to the to a demon altar and craft hollowed armor from that with ancient hollowed armor, because you don't need a Horde Mode anvil to craft ancient hollowed armor. And then hell, I mean, I've used the Phoenix Blaster on Plantera multiple times on Master Mode. And then shit, you get the Venus Magnum. On small worlds, sometimes handguns won't generate, and if you're on like For the Worthy, sometimes angel statues will take things. You go try this. I mean, it's not like an incredible option, But, like, the Phoenix Blaster was a good weapon. If there should be all crafting stations. No. Like, it's not a good weapon for Plantera, but I've killed Plantera with it multiple times on various handgun only or Phoenix Blaster only playthroughs. It takes, like, I mean, Plantera is the same HP as Skeletron Prime on Expert Mode. Keep in mind, I also really like the Phoenix Blaster, so I'm inclined to use the Phoenix Blaster whenever possible. I was gonna go to the Goblin Tinkerer and reforge my wings. The ancient... Oh, yeah. Alright. It's getting a little late. I might save the mining for next time. Because I gotta eat dinner soon. It's been almost 4 hours. We accomplished a lot. Killed Prime and the Destroyer. Got a bunch of gear upgrades. To the Warding B-Wings. Why don't I get the Mega Shark? Are you asking me, like, right now on this character? Because I can't aim the Mega Shark. He's the best pet to have. I like the lizard pet. With the Phoenix Black. I can't answer every single hypothetical about why you would use a weapon over a different weapon. Like, I don't think you need to prove a negative of why not use something else, or why don't you use this instead, in order to say why you should do a positive of why use the Phoenix Blaster. I'm about to end the stream, Time Death. Like, expecting me to go through every other possible use case to say, oh yes, don't use this, 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 would just be exhausting. And you'd ultimately end up at the conclusion of why not just use the most optimal thing in any given situation, which isn't fun. Like, oh, why not just use a coin gun and farm platinum coins? Why not just use dynamite on the Destroyer? Why bother playing the game at all, you know? Why is, okay, well, I think it's gonna be the end of the stream for today. I'll save the rest of this for tomorrow. The Chlorophyte mining, the Life Fruit mining, and killing Plantera, and probably Golem as well. Right, rest in peace, all those dropped items in the Shimmer. And we got like 29 hours? 28, 43, 48. Yeah. Bye, everyone. God, my... Looks